Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about sort of my favorite loadout in the game in Call of Duty Mobile, especially with how I like to play. I love to snipe, honestly. I think it's the most satisfying thing to do in the game. I just don't find the SMGs and the machine guns that much enjoyable. I mean, it's fun to use, of course, but from what I like to get out of the game is definitely sniping. I like that a lot. And I don't really typically camp. I like to kind of move around, jump in, rush in, give the other team that really pressure that really just, makes them want to either lose or definitely fight back a little bit harder. And I always love it when they fight back a little bit harder. It makes the game that much more fun and competitive for me. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So this is my go-to loadout. I love the Arctic 50. It's been my weapon of choice for a pretty long time. I use the katana, and that I've seen people in the comments comment as to how much I abuse it, and you know what, you guys are right, I do abuse it. But I really like the maneuverability I can get out of the katana, and that's what makes it really fun for me because it allows me to move fast. I don't want to be sluggish in the game, especially if I'm trying to rush in and really try to put pressure on the other team. So the katana kind of helps me kind of move around, jump faster, jump around corners quicker, slide, that sort of thing, really fast. And oftentimes when you see me play, I like to switch in between the katana and the Arctic 50. And most of the time I'll switch the katana when I'm running or trying to get somewhere quickly, that sort of thing. And as far as I use the gravity spike. I love the satisfaction I can get when there's like 4 or 5 people there at the domination flag, and you can just kind of just hit the gravity spikes and don't want to see that. Hit the gravity spikes, and you can really just clear out a whole area. It's very satisfying for me. I love the Molotov, especially for playing domination. Like, that's one of my favorite game modes. You just throw the Molotov at the flag, and it's definitely going to discourage people from getting the flag for their team. The EMP is really useful, especially when in situations where there's a sentry gun and it's just annoying, that sort of thing. So I love using the EMP to kind of clear out the sentry gun. My perks, agile, that's my first one. This allows me to kind of switch between the Arctic 50 and the katana quicker, and also my throwables. My secondary perk is the toughness. So when, for example, this perk is really useful for me, especially when I'm getting shot at by an SMG. People who with an SMG usually just kind of rush fast. They put a lot of pressure on you, and that flinch kind of deters. I can definitely at least get a shot in, and most of the time it's enough to kill them. So it gives me that a little bit of competitive edge to kind of face players who like to use the SMG. My last perk is definitely Alert. It gives me that awareness, especially when I'm playing in the game and I'm just trying to be aware of where everyone is and where the enemies might be and that sort of thing. So it definitely helps me a lot. My score streaks, Predator Missile, EMP, and the helicopter. The chopper gunner, and I just like those because it's fun. Especially the EMP. Actually, I think it's really underrated, especially when a team has so many kill score streaks going on, like choppers and K9s and I don't know, like stuff like that. The EMP is just so satisfying because you can just clear all those out in an instant. It's kind of cheaty, but I love doing that. So let's jump right into the Arctic 50. So yes, Arctic 50 is one of the gun I find most satisfying to use. I think it's the fastest sniper, but I could be wrong. I know the Koshka is definitely one that is fast too, but it's sort of later in the game that you can unlock that. So if you're starting out, you might not have the Koshka. So yeah, but I love using this Arctic 50. It's a great beginner sniper. Honestly, it's one of my favorite ones, to be honest. I use this all the time. So my attachments for this are, I got the Assassin Short as the barrel, got the optic. I use like an ACOG scope or the 3X tactical scope B. I just like that one. It helps me aim in faster, and I think that gives me a bit more competitive edge when I'm facing players who use an SMG or a machine gun, or I don't know, whatever you call it. So it just gives me that competitive edge, just aiming faster. My stock, I use the OWC skeleton stock. That helps me just kind of move around a little bit further, faster. The ammunition, got the 10-round reload, rear grip, stippled grip tape, gotta have that. And these are the stats. As you can see here, my accuracy is not the best, but it's fine. But most of the time my shots land. I just did a hit marker video recently, so yeah, I was a little bit aggravated by that. If you have any tips on what I can use to increase the accuracy while still getting the mobility, then do let me know in the comments below. And this whole kind of attachment is definitely geared more towards mobility. I want to be able to move around fast. I want to be able to kind of you know, traverse through the game quicker and faster, because that allows me to rush in, and that's sort of just my playing style. I love rushing in and just kind of putting pressure on the other team. I don't have a lot of control with the sniper in terms of stats, but honestly, it hasn't been really much of a problem for me. But if you guys have any suggestions on what I can use to tweak my attachment for the Arctic 50, then do let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is something that I think is the most fun loadout for me, especially. I have other loadouts I'm kind of tweaking around with, but I honestly like this one the most because it's just more fun for my playstyle, and what I get out of the game is satisfying, so that's what I do. I've been playing around with the Koshka, and I'm working on actually trying to develop this loadout a little bit better too. The Koshka is actually pretty fast as well, but I find that the Arctic 50 gets more shots in per second. So that's why I kind of like to use this one a lot more. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and